In today's video, I'm going to be going over the best trio drop spots for Chapter 2 Season 7. Arena points did recently reset, and as most of you guys know, the format has changed and the best game mode to now get to Champions League is going to be trios. Now for all of your trio games that you're going to be playing over the next week, you're going to need drop spots. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over 3 of the best drop spots for 3 different types of teams. There's going to be an uncontested drop spot, a slightly contested drop spot, and then a contested drop spot that you guys are going to have choices of landing at. Be sure to use code SonataYT in the Fortnite item shop if you guys do want to support me, but let's get on with the rest of the video. So the first drop spot is going to be the Alien Outpost gas station split. So this drop spot is going to have 11 chests, it's going to have 3 crates that can spawn in the area, 1 vending machine, a slurp truck nearby, noms boxes, and wood from trees, brick from rocks around the area, and metal from the Alien Outpost. So I know I just said a lot, that's basically all the features that you're going to be finding at the drop for you guys to loot with. And then in terms of rotation, it has some cars, and then there's going to be 1 trio contesting you absolute maximum. So if you're uncontested at this drop spot, one of you guys should land the radio tower on top of the mountain, another one should land the Alien Outpost, and then the third should land the gas station. However, if you are contested, all 3 of you guys should land the Alien Outpost. That POI is just too strong, and if you guys capitalize on that area, you're going to most likely be winning a lot of your spawn fights. However, this drop spot is extremely good, and it has a lot of really good perks. You do need to keep in mind things about Storm Surge. It is far away from the center of the map, so it is going to be a little bit more difficult for those IGLs to rotate you into good Storm Surge positions. And if you guys are thinking about landing here for FNCS, I would recommend you guys watch my How to Get a Surge Route video. So the next drop spot is going to be the Hydro Dam gas station split. I know I've been doing this drop spot for a couple of seasons, but I cannot stress how good this actually is if you play it right. This drop spot can have 13 chests, 1 vending machine, a slurp truck that's closer to Slurpy Swamp, noms boxes, wood from trees, brick from rocks around the area, and it can also have metal from the Hydro Dam. So once again, I know that was a lot, but those are going to be all of the obvious features for looting that you guys can find in this POI. So for rotation, this POI is going to have a couple of cars that you guys can use, and in total there's going to be 2 trios landing here absolute maximum. In terms of where you guys want to land, one of you guys should land one of the lake houses, one of you guys should land the other lake house, and then the final should land the gas station. This will give you a lot of spread area across the high ground, and it's going to be enough loot for you and your trio. You need to make sure that the person going to the first lake house also gets the bus, because that can have a couple of chests and a bunch of floor spawns. After you guys are done officially looting those 3 buildings, you can go down into the Hydro Dam and loot anything that another team forgot to pick up. If you guys are uncontested, one of you guys can go down a little bit early and start looting. It's important that you guys do land up on the top though, because that high ground is going to provide you guys a very big advantage when you are fighting. And then you also need to make sure that you guys are rotating out to the slurp truck and make sure you're not popping any shields so that you can save that for later in the game. Keep in mind that when you're at slurp truck, there is a potential for you to be keyed by the Slurpy Swamp team. If you guys are contested at Hydro Dam, one of you guys should land gas and the other 2 should once again land the lake buildings. Being contested isn't that big of a deal. So the final and most contested drop spot is going to be Bony Burbs. Now this is obviously a named POI, and it can have 29 chests, 4 noms boxes, wood from trees, brick from rocks, and metal from the bridge that is nearby. However, the really good positive about this POI is that it is mostly central and there are cars at the bridge for rotation. There's going to be 3 trios contesting you guys here maximum. So when you guys are trying to land, what should ideally happen is you guys should try to split it up if you are uncontested. One of you guys should land the main building and loot that side of Boney. The other one should land the house and loot that side. And then the final one should land the clock tower and work its way over to the gas station. After you're done with that, most of the time you guys will be fully looted with Bony Burbs at the fastest rate possible. Once again, be sure to not pop any shield because there is a slurp truck nearby at the bridge. As a matter of fact, there's 2. If you are contested at Bony Burbs, I would recommend that 2 people land main and 1 lands fish tower in an ideal situation. However, keep in mind that this could be subject to change. However, if you guys are interested in landing a really good drop spot when you are trying to be contested and get a bit of off-spawn fighting in, Bony Burbs is one of the best spots. So really quickly, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to make a loot route for a specific type of trio. The best way to do so is to go to Fortnite.gg and then open your sidebar tool in which you have a bunch of shapes in. And then the first thing that I'm going to be doing right here is I'm going to be clicking on the rectangle tool, and I'm just going to highlight the ideal loot route that I would do for Bony Burbs. Basically, I would highlight the 3 different parts that I want my trio to loot. I would just basically highlight them within their own individual rectangle. I'm going to highlight this part as well, and then I'll highlight this final part with another rectangle right there. So these are the 3 parts of bony verbs that I would like my trio to try and loot, and the best way to try to, classify them separately is to change the color of them. So I'm going to change this color to blue. I'll change this color of this one to like green, which is going to look pretty much like that. I can even change the color to, darker green, basically whatever I want. For now, I'll just keep it at this, slight shade of green. It kind of looks like the map actually, so I'm going to change that a bit up, something like that. And then this final one, I can make this one red. So if I want my trio to loot a specific area, I could basically just say, okay, I'm going to have one of you guys go here, one of you guys here, and then one of you guys here. And then this is the most, quick way. You guys can obviously take these lines if you want to. You can make somebody land a certain place, go to another place after that, another place after that, and then finish looting in a certain direction. That's ideally what I would do in a perfect situation. I would have somebody land a certain spot, go somewhere else, and then finish their loot route in another way, and then I would have us all meet in the middle, somewhere like here. And then what you guys can do is take a screenshot of this, and then basically just post it a place where your trio can see it when you guys are trying to land. This is the specific type of example with bony verbs, but you can do this with a bunch of other spots. You guys can do this with any other spots that I went over in this video, and it's going to just naturally be very helpful if you guys want to try to organize your thoughts a little bit better than if you're trying to kind of just sit around and not really understand those. And now the final website that I'm going to be showing you guys is called landingtutorial.com. This is a very helpful website if you guys do want to try to get the best drop for your certain POI that you're going to be landing at. I use this every single time I play a tournament or a competitive scrim game. I really like this website. It's really good for, trying to perfect your drops for certain POIs. So once again, let's use the example of bony verbs. So let's say that it's a pretty normal bus, and the bus is basically going to be going in a certain direction or, a certain way that I know a lot of people will, have this type of bus. So let's say the bus is going like this, and I'm going to take my little marker, and I'm basically just going to put it on top of bony verbs, and I'm going to say, find best drop. And what's going to happen here is it's going to give me the optimal place to jump from this bus, and then the optimal place to deploy my glider. So what you're supposed to do in this situation is not aim for this dot specifically, but make sure that your character is over this dot when they're deploying their glider. Whether you aim in a certain direction for that, it's not really particular on where you aim specifically. It's more particular on how you aim and, the way that you're trying to deploy your glider above it. Once you deploy your glider here, you're going to 9 times out of 10 have the perfect drop. Obviously, this can change depending on the bus. So let's say that I have a bus that's more like, going this way, which doesn't really happen very often. It's going to give me another optimal jump, which is going to be you jump here, you aim here, and then you deploy your glider on top of this blue mark, and then you go to bony verbs from this certain mark. But this is a really useful website if you guys do want to try to get really good drops, and it can be found in the description. Alright guys, that is the video on the best trio drop spots. I know it was a bit of a shorter one than my previous trio drop spot videos, but I'm trying to make this information a lot more concise for you guys to absorb. Be sure to check out all of my socials that can be found in the description if you guys do want to stay tuned with me on other platforms. But that's about it for this video guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.